Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Om Jnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana-sadakaya Aksharan-militam yena Tasmai Shri-gurave Namaha Vishatanyamano-vishtam Sthapitam yena bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri-guru Sri-Yutapadakamalan Sri-gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri-rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Yatam Samsadevam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahaganarata Shri Vishaka Anvitam Mam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namne Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Jognyavadi Pasyata Deshadarane Panchakalpatarabhyashta Kripa Sindhu Vyavacha Patidaram Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesara Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Sapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Prabhakte Devi Pranamami Haripriya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radha Vasari Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Narayana Satyam Naranchayva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamudhirayat Nashtaprayeshu Abadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavata Uttamaśloke Bhakti Bhavati Nastati Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devakindanaya Chananda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Hare Krishna. So we are reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 18, which is the verse that was the last one in the last week. Was it 13 or 12? At least we were discussing about
from 12, Prabhuji.
from 12. So we are discussing about the anger that Maharaj Prithu was, and then how he was very angry, and though Mother Earth tried to pacify, she finally said she still gave her justification why she was doing, and it was that that the planet Earth or Mother Earth was misused. So when there is exploitation for self enjoyment, Mother Earth will hold back all the resources, and this is what happened. And not only this, Mother Earth gave King Prithu a solution. What she has to do is, what he has to do is arrange a calf on a standard method of churning the milk out of a cow, similarly churning resources out of earth. And then for that matter, King Prithu has arranged Swayambhuva Manu. And then, my dear king, may I inform you that you have to make the entire surface of the globe level. This will help me even when the rainy season has ceased. What will happen is, if the surface is not level, then water, if during the rainy season when King Indra is showering rainfall, then this rain is just no more staying but actually draining into ocean. So Mother Earth is saying level the surface of the earth, and then when it becomes flat, Then if the rain falls, then it will, yeah, be saved into reservoirs of water in different places which can help the globe. After hearing the auspicious and pleasing words of planet Earth, the king the king accepted them, and he then transformed Swayambhumanu into a calf and milked all the herbs and grains from the earth in the form of a cow, keeping them in his cupped hands. So from 12 we see how who has come and done what. So we're talking about yeah. 13 is the next verse which is telling about, okay, after that Swayambhu Manu was made into cow and herbs and grains are taken, then others, it was not only King Prithu, but others also took the essence out of the earthly planets, and not only the herbs and grains, but also indeed everyone took this opportunity to follow in the footsteps of King Prithu and get whatever he desired from the earth. And what did they desire is a big list. Prithu used a calf, Swayambhu Manu, and what kind of pot he used? Entire his hands. Yeah? So he used his hands to collect the grains and herbs, and then sages. We see here all the great sages transformed Brihaspati into a calf, making the senses into a pot. They made all kinds of Vedic knowledge. In this connection, it's very important to understand Brihaspati is the priest of heavenly planets. We know that oh, did I miss one minute? 13? No, I missed one important verse. Where others. So in this purport, we see others. The planet Earth is called Vasundhara. Vasu means wealth, Dhara means one who holds. So in that way, Earth is holding all the resources, opulences. All creatures within the earth fulfills the necessities required for human beings, and all living entities can be taken out of earth by the proper means, as suggested by planet Earth and accepted by and initiated by King Prithu. Whatever is taken from earth, either from the mines, from the surface of globe, or from the atmosphere, should always be considered the property of the Supreme Person of Godhead and should be used for yajna, Lord Vishnu. So what is happening today is we think that all these rituals, all these ceremonies, traditions are, I don't even understand what all these things are. We tend to think that these are just some superstitial. What is the connection between if one is offering a shraddh and then it's going to the Pitrulok, or what if I am doing a yajna, fire sacrifice? What is the connection between fire and the rainfall that Indra will shower? Isn't it so meaningless, illogical? But we understand from here that indeed, just like if we open up electronic gadget, in that we see all kinds of wires connecting from one end to the other, and yeah, it's very fuzzy and difficult to understand. But in the end, when you turn on the switch, everything is working. And if there is wires that are not correctly connected or broken, or the circuit is damaged, then what is happening? Though everything is there, everything appears to be there, but it's damaged, so it won't function. So if we see, yeah, just when we are talking about a washing machine, though you connect it to the plug, the power socket, and you turn it on, but if it doesn't work, what is happening? The system is broken. The system is broken. When it's fixed again, then everything starts working. So here, what is happening? This opportunity where now it's not working. Of course, We are not going to compare a living entity with a non-living entity and say both are same. Washing machine has no free will. Washing machine is not living. But we are talking about earth. It might appear that earth, come on, earth is made of 5 elements, and this 5 element, each element, we think it's a non-living entity. But there are predominating deities of each of these elements, and then earth is also a predominating deity, Bhudevi. So in that way, we see they are personified. It's not like a thing. It's not like a non-living. Oh no, this soil, wherever it is, it's not changing. The soil is only getting loose or dry or wet depending on rain, but nothing. No, we shouldn't see Earth as just a mean matter, but planet Earth suggested, which means it's a person. And what did it suggest? That all the resources are there. If people are responsible how they are using the resources, then Vasundhara will bless with abundant resources. So here we see, as soon as the process of yajna is stopped, the earth will withhold all productions, whether it is vegetables, trees, plants, fruits, flowers, and other agricultural products and minerals. So this we see, F, F, FCC, Food Corp, FCI, Food Corporation of India. I don't know if you know this. What they do is they build huge godowns for storing grains and releasing when they are needed. But what do they do is that they collect it by force. What they do is they till the earth very by force. And all these things, what is happening? Finally, one flood will come and all these grains are spoiled, and then they have to be thrown. So we may think that we have a very advanced means of agriculture. We can cultivate hectares of land in no time and then preserve them, and then but still, when this grain from earth is not going into the mouth, what is the purpose? So this also is an effect of that we are not performing yajna properly, because we have become thieves, we have become rogues, we are not responsible. That's why what is happening is that earth has a system, and natural system is that she withholds all these. So we may see in starvation, droughts, and all these things, because there is no agricultural products, minerals. In as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, the process of yajna was instituted from the beginning of creation. However far we want to go from the old roots, however far we want to ignore them and just think these are make no sense to me, we are only creating our own problems. We are creating our own wars. Just imagine when Ukraine can produce so huge quantities of wheat. Still, even today, I think, I mean, if you read news, I think still now Russia is threatening by launching missiles in this area of Black Sea, where this whole stock of grains can be exported. Why? Because we only know exploitation. So, as already mentioned in this age of Kali, the simple performance of Sankirtan Yajna, the holding of festivals as initiated by this Krishna International Society for Krishna Consciousness, should be introduced in every town and village. When we see that communism is a problem, when we see capitalism is a problem, when we see democracy is a problem, all these problems are coming because the root of all this is self-enjoyment. How can I enjoy so that I enjoy? And if it is a communism, we say, hey, not only I enjoy, everyone should enjoy equally. But the people who are doing it is, for example, Putin, is he also getting the same facilities, enjoying the same facilities, and also serving like others? No. So these ideas of Karl Marx or others, it is there is a flaw in it. There is also Communist Party of India, Communist Party of I don't know what is CPM, but all these parties are saying, hey, equality, but where is equality? By exploiting, we won't get equality. By following this principle of yajna, by establishing everywhere the same Sankirtan yajna, then there is equality, then there is harmony, then there is peace. All this will automatically come. So this means that they should follow the process of austerity by restricting themselves from what is that? No intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex, no meat eating. When this is applied across all over the globe, then there will be harmony. If the intelligent men or the brahmanas of society, or the brahmanas of society would follow the rules and regulations, certainly the entire face of this present world, which is in such chaotic condition, would change and people would be happy and prosperous. This is also very important. When we are talking that, okay, Brahmanas, Brahmana means one who is having qualities of a Brahmana, to be very generous. Whereas that is the symptom of intelligent person. Intelligent person is one who is eager to know about Brahman. Brahman janat iti Brahmana. If one is not intelligent, what he is becoming? He is a Kripana. He is not using his intelligence properly. Means he is also so confused to use intelligence properly. No. There are so many intelligent people around the world, but they don't want to use their mind to understand this basic principle that it is the yajna, it is Sankirtan yajna that saves the earth. No, I will not accept it. By accepting it, what is happening? I have to give my money, hard-earned money. I am already paying taxes. I'm already paying against what do you call this? Inflation. Again, I have to pay something for Sankirtan yajna. No, come on. That is miser. An intelligent person understands. Yeah, if you see a lot of intelligent youth who have joined what is it, Indian Institute of Technology or National Institute of Technology, all NIT and IT, IIT, have prioritized taking up Krishna consciousness. Why? Because they understand that they are intelligent men. They can very quickly understand what is most important. So in that way, we can understand a difference between intelligent and a non-intelligent, or a fool, or a miser. Anyway, so coming back to this, so now Brihaspati. Sages have made Brihaspati as the calf and all census. And then what did they do? They extracted Vedic hymns in the form. The milk was in the form of milk. They have extracted Vedic hymns. This also. Yeah. So yeah, in this, all the sages have made Brihaspati, and yeah, in this verse also, Brihaspati, Vedic knowledge was received in logical order in form of Brihaspati. And how is this? In a Vedic knowledge is considered one of the necessities for human society. If human society remains satisfied simply by taking grains from planet Earth, as well as other necessities for maintaining body, society will not be sufficiently prosperous. So this is something like trying to squeeze that little juice from whatever little left from a sugar cane pulp. So how much can it give juice? It has its limits. The society is only involved in making profits. When we are looking only our profit, my family profit, my society profit, only in the gain and ignoring the pain, one day we'll starve to death. And this is what is happening. So much imbalance is there, that in other parts of the world, what is happening? People are not even having uh, resources, money for food. It's so ridiculous, right? They have manpower, they have nice, nutritious terrains of land, but still they starve to death. Why? Because of this selfish interests. So humanity must have food for mind and ear. What does that mean? As well as for the purpose of vibration. That is, as far as transcendental vibrations are concerned, the essence of all Vedic knowledge is the Maha Mantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In Kali Yuga, if this Vedic mantra is chanted regularly and heard regularly by devotional process of Shravanam Kirtanam, it will purify all societies, and thus humanity will be happy, both materially and spiritually. So if someone is challenging why you guys are wasting time by becoming Hare Krishnas and distributing books or going in streets and doing Harinam, or even like we are hearing Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, why? This all is towards this single focus. Today, if I am hearing Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, it is, what is the purpose? Is it only to understand the reality? No. It is not just to understand the reality, but to reflect about it and then to find a way out to solve our problems. And that, what Lord is saying, is by engaging our mind and ears. In what? In the Shravanam Kirtanam. By taking up this yajna, Sankirtan yajna, and by chanting the holy name of Lord Shri Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So all whatever we are doing is towards to this one point, which is actually chanting the holy name. And this needs a lot of determination. These days we are reading from Ratikeli Mataji about determination. Yes, it needs a lot of determination because we are not used to it. We have, this is something like changing gears, changing directions, changing our focus, understanding the importance of chanting. That is the only way. And when we understand that, then we will build strength in within. And yeah, because if I am interested in something, I know the ways how I can make adjustments in my life so that I can take up to chanting. If I know, yes, this is the best thing. If I know this will please my boss, I'm ready to do anything, isn't it? If I know that the Lord is pleased, if I know the earth is pleased, by engaging in the process of devotional service, by chanting the holy name of the Lord, by spreading his name all over the world, that pleases, then yes, I will not only reprioritize, but also build up the necessary determination. We are not useless people. We may think, no, I'm fit for nothing, I'm that, I'm this. No, we are human beings. We are not even animals. We're not even plants, not trees, bees. No, we are humans. We are given the intelligence. We are given the strength. We are given the rational ability to rationally understand things and engage in devotional service. So this chanting is very important. If I am hearing Bhagavatam, if I am reading Bhagavatam, if I am hearing Bhagavad Gita, everything is towards understanding this most important thing, that chanting is the ultimatum. By chanting, everything can become harmonized, everything becomes normal, everything becomes successful. Not only that, we go in, just imagine a guy's bank account is in negative. Our situation is like that. Our life, our is in credit. What kind of credit? We have not done good things. We have done all bad things. So many. I mean, I'm talking about me. That is, this is the opportunity that now, if I do something good, yeah. If you read from Canto 5, different kinds of hells, and it also explains who will go to hell, who will go to heaven, who will be on earth, and who totally can get rid of cycle of birth and death. If we want to actually get rid of all these things, then we have to take up chanting very, very seriously. It is not, yeah, because it is not atonement is the solution. The other last Saturday we were discussing in a home program. Atonement is not the solution. We may think atonement, prayashchit, we are, come on, yeah, we are from India, Indian background, Indian birth. We know so many temples, we know so many ways. I have so much literature is there how to atone our all vikarmic effects. But what is the use when we commit again sins? That propensity is still there. The seeds are inside our heart. These are not roasted to, not properly roasted means they will come up. The weeds will grow. The heart will get filled with all these unwanted weeds. So it is not. So I went once to Vrindavan. I went to Holy Dham of Lord Chaitanya Mayapur. I went to Puri. I went to that. No, it doesn't. That will only give us a glimpse into the spiritual world. But very important is chanting. When we are chanting, then we appreciate the greatness of this. And through this process of chanting, what is happening is our senses are cleansed. When our senses are cleansed, then we understand, okay, I should behave at least as a human. What is as a human means? Human means not that, oh, I will yama, niyama. No, it's not only that. By doing good, I will also benefit. So let me do good. By doing bad, others are getting affected. That's okay. Others are spoiled. No. We were talking about Vasundhara. Vasundhara means what? The one who has the wealth. Vasu. And if we see Vedic literature, Bharatakanda is Vasudaivika Kutumba, a family. It is not Indian family. It is not a Japanese family. It is not German family. It is one family. And what is this family means? This family is not just humans. This family is everything. And the king of those days, yeah, would consider that animals are also his children. And that's why he was also ensuring the care of animals. Okay, so we'll come back to what has happened. So the importance of Sankirtan is the means through which one can not only, they don't have to atone. Yeah, I was hearing other day about in a seminar where His Holiness Kadam Kanan Maharaj is saying, it's not about atonement only. We are just interested in doing purifying. So purification is the key, not purification of sins or its effects, but purification of our heart and mind. And what is the process? Sankirtan. Okay, and then what happened? The demigods made Indra the calf, and from earth they milked the beverage Soma. We call Somaras. Nowadays, everyone is saying Soma Surapan, Soma Ras. Yeah, these are words that are saying, hey, in heavenly planets, kings or they indulge in enjoyment, sensual enjoyment, and they drink. You know what? After all, they finally drink what? Intoxicants, which are only alcohol and liquor. No. Prabhupada is mentioning here, it's very clear. Thus, what is happening is, thus they became very powerful in mental speculation and bodily and sensual strength. Now tell, what is that beverage on earth that can increase the mental power? In this verse, the Soma, so yeah. Yeah. So in the verse 15, it's mentioned in this verse, Soma means nectar. Soma is a kind of beverage made in the heavenly planets from the moon to the kingdoms of demigods in various higher planetary systems. By drinking this Soma beverage, demigods become more powerful mentally and increase their sensual power and bodily strength. The word Hiranmayi Patrena, and what kind of pot they have used is they collect this Soma ras into from moon into golden pot. So when people are saying, sometimes I don't know if anyone have heard this kind of a statement people make. Hey, after all, people who are in the heavenly planets, they also drink, uh, which means drinking is very, very important. So the demigods would not touch any kind of liquor, nor is Soma a kind of a drug. It is a different kind of beverage available in the heavenly planets. Soma is far different from liquors made for demonic people, and this we will see when Daityas, the sons of Diti, they made Prahlad Maharaj as the calf, and they extracted what? Yeah, they extracted what? Liquor and beer, which they put into a pot made of iron. So the demons also have their own types of beverage. Prabhupada is writing. The demons born of Diti take great pleasure in drinking wine and beer. Even today, people of demonic nature are very much addicted to liquor and beer. Because Prahlad Maharaj was born in a family of demons, the son of Hiranyakashipu, by his mercy, the demons were and still are able to have their drinks in form of wine and beer. So now one may say, hey, first of all, why did Prahlad Maharaj do this? When it's harmful, he himself was telling, yeah, so many teachings of Prahlad are so many in that. Yeah, he's saying, wake up and all these things. Why did he allow that asuras, uh, Daityas, milk, beer, and wine? That is their level. That is their level. And otherwise, they may indulge in so many other mishappenings and so many things. So the word aya is very significant, whereas the nectarian, so here this wine, everything is collected in iron pot, whereas somaras is collected in what? Golden pot. The liquors and beers were put in an iron pot. Because the liquor and beer are inferior, they are placed in an iron pot. And soma ras is superior, it is placed in a golden pot. And then further, then Gandharvas, they have milk, they made Vishwavasu as the calf and took a lotus flower and milked into it, and the milk took the shape of sweet musical art and beauty. So this is how all these resources, are coming from earth again. And very important then comes Pitra. The fortunate inhabitants of Pitralok who preside over the funeral ceremonies made Aryama into a calf. With great faith, they milked Kavya. What is that? Kavya means food offered to the ancestors into a unbaked earthen pot. So in the purport, there are some interesting points that Prabhupada helps us to understand. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Pitrin Yanti Pitravrata. Who are Pitravrata? We know Drudha means one who is determined and yogi. We know we have also read about Griha Vrata. I don't know in which context it came. Griha Vrata came, I think, last before Saturday from Gajendra Leela. Yeah. Griha Vrata means one who is so much absorbed in maintaining a household life. Here we talk about Pitra Vrata. Or we see that there is a Pitralok below the lower planetary system and before Garbhodaka ocean. In this space, there is hells and also Pitralok. So there is hellish planets and also Pitralok is also there. And the predominating deity of that planet is called Aryama. He is somewhat of a demigod, and by satisfying him, one can help ghostly family members develop a gross body. So we may know that uh, one gets a ghostly body means uh, he doesn't has a gross body. What is the difference? Subtle body with mind, intelligence, and false ego is the subtle body, which is a ghostly body. If it doesn't have a gross body, so those who are very sinful and attached to their family, house, village, or country do not receive a gross body made of material elements, but remain in a subtle body composed of mind, ego, and intelligence. Those who live in such subtle bodies are called ghosts. So this is very important to understand that if we want to save ourselves, that is also Prabhupada gives a solution. But if we see, if we do a, what is it called, 360-degree survey of people whom we are living around, we see 90% are absorbed in either one of these. They are attached to their family, or they are attached to house, village, country. And what is happening when such a great attachment? And then what is happening? Who are very sinful? We may think, no, 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 I have not caused any sin. There, in this, when we are attached, we will commit sin. By partiality, we commit sin. By negligence, we commit sin. So one is leading a sinful life, and what kind of body he'll get? What is his future? His future is a ghost. He'll end up as a ghost. And then what is happening? So at least in India, people go to Gaya. If the son of a dead man goes to Gaya and at Vishnu temple, there offers oblation for the benefit of his ghostly father. It is not that everyone's father becomes a ghost. This is very important. We may think, everyone or every son has to go to Gaya, or should perform the Shraddha and Pindan and all these things. But it's mentioned that it is not that everyone's father becomes a ghost, but the oblations of Pind are offered to the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. So it is that we see that, okay, all the Shraddha karma and everything is performed. In that, this Pind is given to whom? To Lord Vishnu. And Lord Vishnu is seeing whose ancestor, if one is offering, in that whole list of ancestors, who still has a ghostly body. So it is not that, okay, my father is a great devotee, and then because he has attained perfection, we see, this Pindan is no more required. Here we see that if we do, what will happen? But the oblations of Pind are offered to the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, so that if a family member happens to become a ghost, he will be favored with a gross body. However, if one is habituated to take the prasad of Lord Vishnu, there is no chance of his becoming a ghost or anything lower than a human being. So this is a great assurance that a devotee definitely will not be getting a ghostly body, will not be a ghost. In Vedic civilization, there is a performance called Shraddha, by which food is offered with faith and devotion. If one offers oblation with faith and devotion, either to the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu or to his representative in Pitralok, who is he? Aryama, one's forefathers will attain material bodies to enjoy whatever material enjoyment is due them. In other words, they do not have to become ghosts. And in Siddhalok, Siddhas, what they did, they have made sage Kapila as the calf, and then have milked. They made the whole sky into a pot. They milked out specific yogic mystic powers, beginning with anima. Indeed, the inhabitants of Vidyadhara Loka acquired the art of flying in the sky. All this, why I'm also discussing, of course, is not, we don't have to go into each and every detail, but it helps us because we are still seeing material world as a wonderful place to enjoy, a wonderful place to be forever, or we think that this material world is after all not a bad idea to be here. Here we see what kind of wonders are there in Siddhalok, Vidyadharalok. They are not naturally endowed with mystic yogic powers by which they not only can fly in outer space without a vehicle, but can also fly from one planet to another simply by exerting their will. Just imagine you think then you are already in Chandra. You don't have to have, what is it, Chandrayana. What is it called? Chandrayaan 3. And that is also they have only reached the surface. Prabhupada still says, yeah, we may see, come on, with the advancement of technology, we can see that yes, they are precisely measuring this altitude, this time, this everything, and they finally they have landed. In those days, now when Prabhupada assistant was massaging Prabhupada, and he was saying, Prabhupada, now US, I think at that time has landed on moon. Then Prabhupada said no, they would have still landed on something else. And even the landing itself is not that kind of landing. Yeah, the real traveling, there is a book. What is it? Traveling to the other planets. What is it? Yeah, Prabhupada's book, which says we haven't gone yet. Sorry?
Easy journey to other planets.
Easy journey to other planets. Yeah, so easy here. If we can become a what? Siddha. Just as fish can swim within water, the residents of Vidyadhar can swim in the ocean of air. How much light they should be? No, they need not, but they have power to become light than air. Anything heavier than air they'll fall, right? As far as the inhabitants of Siddha Loka are concerned, they are endowed with all mystic powers. What do they do? They simply do what? Ashtanga Yoga. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. Just 8 steps, no? So easy. No, each has its own subtle dimension. By the time one can perfect this kind of yoga, it's not an easy thing. By regularly practicing the yogic processes one after another, the yogis attain various perfections. They can become smaller than the smallest, heavier than the heaviest, etc. Hanumanji, yeah, he did. He did. Whenever he had to become small, he became small. Become big, became big. Heavy, heavy. By regularly practicing the yogic processes one after another, the yogis attain various perfections. They can become smaller, heavier, and all these things. They can, interestingly, they can even manufacture a planet. But dear Satish Prabhu, I think you are hearing me.
Yes.
Elon Musk, he is going to, but he can create. If he becomes a Siddha, he can create a planet. They can even manufacture a planet, get whatever they like, and control whatever man they want.
Yes, Prabhuji. Like Vishwamitra, he created his Loka. Yes.
Anyway, but that was a flop.
Yes.
That's what we are talking. All the residents of Vidyalok are naturally endowed with these mystic yogic powers. It is certainly a very wonderful thing if we see a person on this planet flying in the sky without a vehicle. But in Vidyadhar Loka, such flying is as commonplace as birds flying in the sky. So if people are working out, going to gym, to what is it called? No, not gym, come on. Yoga centers. If they are going to do this Ashtanga yoga, right? At least they want to start, they want to do. here in the Western world, because they are not exposed to this wonderful things of Vidyadharas or Siddhas. That's why they just go do some fitness, they come back. In India, there is a lot of hype, isn't it? Anyone heard? Yeah. Have anyone heard pyramid meditation? No? You create a place and there is this, you sit under the pyramid, then you can meditate. You do this, then this will happen. No one heard this? Okay. Yeah. I have a bunch of very newbies in this field. No, there are so many ways of trying to focus on in the principles of Ashtanga Yoga to attain what? This Siddhi. And then, and interestingly here we see that one can even create their own planet. One can fly without a flight. It's amazing, right? These days, when inflation is going high, that flight tickets are going so high. Isn't it so nice to fly on yourself? Imagine a family meeting up in the sky and then they're flying. I don't know. Have anyone heard also this? A couple married in the sky? No, haven't seen. There's a flight that takes you up, and on top they will just throw you down, and all the family members, they gather together in a circle and they were celebrating, you know what, a marriage in the sky. Amazing. Technology is able to do it. Why do we need all these powers? The name of Kapila Muni is significant in this verse because he was the expounder of Sankhya philosophical system, and his father Kardama Muni was a great yogi. We know what happened. Even before Kapila Muni appeared, what happened? Devahuti, when she has pleased her husband so nicely by serving him, she was not even taking care of herself. Her body was pale. Her dress or sari was dusty. She didn't even take care of herself, but she was taking care all the necessities required of Kardama Muni. And when Kardama Muni was pleased, he said, okay, go and get. What did she ask? She was asking just for a son. And then he manifested a huge flying saucer. I don't know all these words. No? These is a big flying saucer, and that great plane was so large, which was as large as a small town and has various gardens, palaces, buildings, servants, and maid servants. Hey, it's not a dream. They had Siddha, they had power, they created it. With all this paraphernalia, Kapila Dev's mother, Devahuti, and his father traveled all over the universes and visited different places. Again, all these are side notes, just for who have recently joined attending our Bhagavatam. I'm kind of repeating, but these are very nicely covered in third canto. And then comes who? Kim Purusha. Kim Purusha. Kim Purusha is where even Hanumanji resides. This will come, I think, in the fifth canto. It is said that the inhabitants of Kim Purusha Loka can perform many wonderful mystic demonstrations. In other words, they can exhibit as many wonderful things as one can imagine. We ourselves think mind is imagining so many things every moment, and Kim Purushas can realize it, not just think. In other words, they can exhibit as many wonderful things as one can imagine. The inhabitants of this planet can do whatever they like and whatever they imagine. Such powers are also mystic powers. So whom did they use? They used Maya Danava. And then the possession of such mystic power is called Isita. The demons generally learn such mystic powers by the practice of yoga. So this Ashtanga Yoga is helping us to realize who is Paramatma. Yeah, that because we can even see the personification of Paramatma within our heart, who is the size of what? What is the size? How much is the size of our heart? It's not so big, but we are talking about the Paramatma. Of course, Paramatma is one Angushtamana. Of course, he is not deciding this full size in our heart, but that is size. So he has a form. Without a form, how can there be a size? It will be only unlimited. Unlimited person can still have a personification. Just like the sun rays is unlimited, but it has a person or a globe. Inside that globe, there is a person. So anyway, again, further detail. So demons are interested to get this mystic yoga powers to misuse for their own, to use for their own benefit. So yoga is to elevate, but also yogic practices can. There are ways how one can do. Otherwise, is there a question of a Rama? Is there a question of a Ramayana or a war in a Ramayana? No. All those mystic powers they get. The Rakshasas, what they do, they acquire all these powers. So they are not ordinary. They also acquire all this. There is in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Dasamaskanda, we see so many demons have come to kill Krishna, right? There is a vivid description how the demons appear before Krishna in various wonderful forms. For instance, the Bakasura. Bakasura, how did he is a giant crane. How could a demon take form of a crane? While present on this planet, Lord Krishna had to fight with many demons who could exhibit the wonderful mystic powers of Kimpurusha Loka. Although the inhabitants of Kimpurusha Loka are naturally endowed with such powers, one can attain these powers on this planet by performing different yogic practices. And then Yakshas, Rakshasas, Bhutas, Pisachas, they made Rudra, Bhutanath, into a calf. And what did they do? They milked out the beverage made of blood and put them in a pot made of skulls. And there are some types of living entities in form of human beings whose living conditions are living conditions and eatables are most abominable. Have anyone seen any documentary about agoras? What kind of food they make? What kind of food they eat? What is the
Prabhuji?
food they
Abora?
eat? Not abora, aghora.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. They eat meat, human.
Human flesh.
Yes.
And what kind of powder they put? They put ash.
Ash.
Whatever, then they burn. I mean, there's a nice, I mean, not so nice, very, very ugly documentary which gives the how aghora lives. Now don't go into Google and start looking. You will spend hours or days together to just see what kind of they themselves are very aloof from the world. They are in their own trance, their own food. What we are saying here, there are some types of living entities in the form of human beings whose living conditions and eatables are most abominable. Generally, they eat flesh and fermented blood, which is mentioned in this verse as Shatajasavam. The leaders of such degraded men, known as Yakshas, Rakshasas, Bhutas, and Pisachas, are all in the mode of ignorance. They have been placed under the control of Rudra. Rudra is the incarnation of Lord Shiva and is in charge of mode of ignorance in material nature. Another name of Lord Shiva is Bhutanath, meaning master of ghosts. Rudra was born from between Brahma's eyes when Brahma was very angry at the four Kumaras. This also we came across in Bhagavatam, where when Brahma is, first of all, Lord has done the first primary creation. When Brahma was doing secondary creation, when he when he brought from his mind the Kumaras, then what happened? Kumara said, hey, we don't have any interest to get into Grihastha ashram. very, very intelligent. They are already self-realized. And then Brahma was so much disturbed. After all, I am given a job of filling up this universe with people who wanted to be in the material world. And you say you don't have interest. So he became very disturbed and angry. And when he was angry, from between his eyes, the eyebrow, came Rudra, the manifestation of Lord Shiva. And then thereafter, cobras and snakes without hoods, large snakes, scorpions, and many other poisonous animals took poison out of the planet Earth as their milk and kept this poison in where? Snake holes. They made a calf out of Takshaka. So all these snakes and scorpions, they made what? Takshaka as their calf and then extracted poison from where? What is the pot? This is snake holes. And mouths of the snake. From all these things, they have extracted poison. Prabhupada is saying, within this material world, there are various types of living entities, and living entities are reptiles and scorpions mentioned in this verse are also provided with their sustenance by the Supreme Lord. You may think, hey, come on, what is this? Do we really need for snakes? When we read that when the snakes and scorpions are killed, even the mendicants or even the sadhus are happy. How come? How come Lord create first of all these things? The point is that everyone is taking his eatables from the planet Earth. And arrangement is done such a way. And Lord is giving all these necessary arrangements. According to one's association with the material qualities, one develops a certain type of character. Paya panam, bhujanganam. If one feeds a serpent milk, the snake will simply increase his venom. However, if one supplies milk to a talented sage or saint, the sage will develop finer brain tissues by which he can contemplate higher spiritual life. Thus, the Lord is supplying everyone food, but according to the living entities association with the mode of material nature, the living entity develops his specific character. And then cattle made Nandi as the pot and forest, Nandi as the calf, forest as the pot, and they have extracted grass. And carnivorous lions made lion as the calf, forest as the pot, and they have extracted flesh. In that way, everything, whatever is required for a sustenance of a particular species or being are extracted. And after this, finally, trees made banyan tree as the calf. Mountains made Himalayas as the calf. And what they extracted is delicious juices and minerals from mountains. So in that way, anyway, the whole thing is extraction business is done. So now, this is the evidence that Lord supplies food to everyone. The planet Earth supplied everyone his respective food. During the time of King Prithu, the Earth was fully under the control of the king. Thus, all the inhabitants of Earth could get their food supply by creating various types of carbs and putting their particular types of milk in various types of pots. And this means, on the basis of these descriptions, how can one assume that there is no living entity on moon? Interesting question. Yeah? Today's topic, Chandrayaan is coming again. There are different varieties of living entities on different planets, and they all derive their eatables from their planets in different forms. If every moon is earthly, being composed of 5 elements. Every planet produces different types of food according to needs of its residents. According to Vedic Shastra, it is not true that the moon does not produce food or that no living entity is living there. Just like people who go to museums, or not museums, what is this called? Very, very, very ancient archaeological excavations, and people go and see, right? Now there is no living there, doesn't mean there is no life there. There was a life, there was a life there. And of course, it doesn't mean now, because just like if we see a deserted place, yeah, maybe the owner of that house is not living, but someone else will come and live, isn't it? Just just leave your house. Huh? After some time, the thieves will know the owner is not there and they start living there. Kabzas, right? How many kabzas happen? So there is no question that okay, beings are not there on moon, because they took a sample. I mean, it also comes. I think perfect questions, perfect answers book. I think so. Yeah, or life comes from life. Yes, life comes from life. Hemagori Mataji. I think life comes from life. In that book, there is very nice explanation that how can there be no life? There is life on moon. It's only we can't see. Even in sun, when there is so high temperature, still life is there in sun. So it's only we can't see with our naked eyes. And Prabhupada challenges that if a sample is taken from a place, what is the guarantee that it is going to be right for every piece of terrain, every part of it? No. Prabhupada says that he has not taken the sample from the right place. So his findings are incorrect. And then, so my dear Vidura, chief of Kurus, in this way, King Prithu and all others who subsist on food created different types of carbs and milk out. Thus, they received various foodstuffs. And then Prithu's daughter Earth, he is also saying, thereafter, King Prithu was very satisfied with planet Earth, for she sufficiently supplied all food to various living entities. Thus, he developed an affection for the planet Earth, just as if she were his own daughter. And then to conclude, I'll also conclude. In that way, Prithu Maharaj makes the earth. After that, what he starts doing, he makes the earth flat. All the rough places on the surface on the globe by breaking up the hills with strength of his bow. By his grace, the surface of globe almost became flat. Generally, the mountainous and hilly portions of earth are made flat by striking of thunderbolts. Generally, this is the business of King Indra. But Prithu, an incarnation of the Supreme Lord, did not wait for King Indra to break up the hill and mountain, but did so well with his own strong bow. Those days are like that. Ashtasmin Bhagavan Vainyaha. To all the citizens of the state, King Prithu was as good as father. Thus, he was visibly engaged in giving them proper subsistence and proper employment for subsistence. After leveling the surface of globe, he earmarked different places for residential quarters as much as they were desirable. So, the king, has arranged all the facilities that are required for his citizens, not more than what's needed, only what is desirable. And 31, 32 is a proof to tell he founded many villages, towns, cities, forests, residence for cowsheds, military camps, mines, agricultural towns, and mountain villages. Whatever we see, all these things are not new. Those were there from beginning. This is what Prabhupada even writes. Towns and city planning began from the time of King Prithu. Before that, people lived here and there without fear and according to their own convenience. Thank you very much for joining and hearing. there ends this Bhaktivedanta purports of Srila Prabhupada's Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 18. Open for any questions. Of course, all these are giving us a hint, mainly to take care of the yajnas, the proper yajna, sankirtan yajna. If we take care of that, everything will be well.
Hare Krishna,
Any-
Prabhuji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji, one question, Prabhuji. You mentioned the deity of the Pitriloka. If the
Mhm.
son of the father, if the father goes to the planet, the son serves the deity,
What did
or
you say?
Lord
Sun
Vishnu?
goes to what?
If the son does that ceremony for
No,
his
not he is
father,
going there. He is doing here.
yes, yes, Prabhuji, yes. If he does the ceremony here for his father to please the deity of that planet or Lord Vishnu, then the father may come out from that place. He may get the gross body. So what is the difference, Prabhuji, if he does the ceremony to please the deity of that planet or Lord Vishnu? Or is it same, the benefit?
Yeah, it's a nice question. So what is happening is there is anyway a ritualistic process. Yeah, there is all this process where if you're offering represent predominating deity, even for our senses there are predominating deities, and if the predominating deities as a duty, right? When you worship as a duty, they have to give you results. Because Aryama is a demigod of maintaining Pitralok, and he's doing what? He's indeed doing service to Lord Vishnu. That day you were telling, na, when Naukar word is too abusing, or to appears to be very abusing, but
Yes,
Naukar is the right duty. They are doing seva, for which they are also maintained. Indeed, it's not that okay they are doing no. So anyway, coming back, Aryama, what is he doing? He's serving the Lord by doing his duty, and yeah, there is this whole process, and through this process, what is happening is then he is pleased, and because he is pleased and he is given, then he is taking it forward. Ultimately, he is not giving, he is still giving only Vishnu Prasad only to ancestors. And now coming back to your, so there is these things which are recommended, which can be followed, which are being followed. What is more important is when we are taking the name of the Lord, we know what is happening, right? Our generations, 3 generations, they say 7 generations, 14 generations, before and after are, what is happening? Liberated. We're not even talking about getting a gross body. By doing directly chanting, if we become devotee, what is happening? You're getting liberated. Are there a problem?
yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
I think that's what you wanted to know, na? What happens if a devotee is doing, yeah, generations are also benefited.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Now the question may come, should we do it or not? There are some references, yeah, as long as we are not that great devotees, we should continue to do. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah. Okay.
And of course, then you also have to do, means you should also have qualified Brahmana. All the best. Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Thank you,
not so
Prabhuji.
easy these days to get such a great priest who can perform. I think Varsanila Mataji can tell. The struggle of getting good priests is not so easy.
Hare
Did
Krishna.
it answer your question? Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji, as you said, like these days, it's very, very difficult to know. Are we getting correct Brahmana? Also, we can only because even we are also not qualified to know they are qualified. So
Yeah.
both ways, it is very, very tough to
Yeah,
find.
this reminds me that people say that when I'm speaking in German, they say, "Hey, Prabhuji, you speak very nice German." I always say because you don't know, that's why you're thinking I am great. When you know German, then you laugh. So that is our situation.
Yes, Prabhuji, true.
That's why nowadays, now all this, what is it called? Customer rating. I think Brahmanas will start their own businesses where there will be some rating system. And a guy who gives a good rating is in demand. Just
I
like,
think this is prevalent in US, Prabhuji, I think.
yeah, already is happening. Yeah, see, people are like that. Yeah, anyway, one way at least to see to approach to a better priest, right? Rather than getting cheated. Adirasa Prabhu, last Saturday, remember? Satish Prabhu. You guys are very.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
What happened after everything? Yeah, last Saturday we were in a name giving ceremony, and the priest was from Varanasi. The priest was very nice. He was telling you do that, you do this, and in the middle he's also saying, "I'm also seeing you." I mean, the family is in Germany, in Düsseldorf, and the priest is in Varanasi, and there was a video call through which this naming ceremony was conducted, and the priest was saying, "Hey, I can also see that you are doing very nicely," and the host was happy, and he was doing. In the end, after the phase came when Ashirvad, the blessings. You take blessings from your parent. This is what he said, and afterwards, you just see me and you pay your obeisances to me, and I am. And he gave blessings, and then he said, "Now, as soon as you get time, what did he say? Send dakshina."
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, of course, dakshina is part of whole ritual anyway. It's authorized way. So part of it's an authorized element of ritual because otherwise we get just indebted. So by offering dakshina, we are actually appreciating the time and service. This is also what I said to the person that when he's calling someone, especially from temple or a Vaishnava, when we call a Vaishnava our home, you should understand that we are taking his time. Just imagine if you are inviting the Prime Minister your home, Satish Prabhu, will you have, hey, come, I have arranged a very nice, what do you call this, DJ for you? No, you'll just straight away go to the point.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, so the time of Vaishnavas is very, very valuable. Why it is valuable? Because they are always in direct service of Krishna. Now, if I am taking his time, I should make sure that, yeah, I also honor his time. I also give something to him so that he can engage further in service of his Lord. So I said that, yeah, voluntary, yeah, one can give, but see that, yeah, you serve a Vaishnava, and then he comes because his time is valuable. I don't know why this came. Yeah, because of Adras Prabhu's question. Hope it answers. Adras Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, this comes from Varsanila Mataji's experience. It's not easy to get a. Yeah, what do we mean by qualified Brahmana? Means not only one who is well versed in all the shastras, mantras, procedures, no, understands ultimately he should preach to bring everyone closer to Krishna. So if one is able to attend such programs and say inspire them, there is nothing greater than chanting the name of the Lord, then he understood the essence of all what he has learned. If he doesn't get that point, and if he just thinks by doing this, your papas are cleared, if you do that, he's still in a very basic understanding. Just like if a child can go to LKG and can learn alphabets, what is the use? Then he cannot praise the Lord with those letters. Ultimately, all these are for what? To praise the Lord, to take the name of the Lord. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for your time. And see you today evening, also tomorrow morning. Panchakalpatarabhyascha kripa sindhubhyo cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Grantha Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki